imagine being able to be magically whisked away to Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
So, Mount Salem Cemetery, what city is this?
Wilmington, Delaware.
Wilmington, Delaware. So this is old.
Hi, we're in Delaware.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to put that at the beginning. Alrighty.
Now, I probably shouldn't make this statement, but because I have an impish sense of humor.
Oh, well, you've already seen I have with that game last night. I'm terrible.
Yeah. No, that was great. That was a lot of fun. I wanted to continue on, but I figured, well, if, probably take off my wife enough, so.
Oh, I'm terrible.
But, yeah, this is where most of the Democratic voters are.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm sure there's probably some Republicans.
They're very patriotic.
Yeah, incredibly so.
We need to recruit them into, hey, listen, they could be libertarians, why not? What really gets me is, no, this is not politics, graveyard things. Do they now in your modern graveyards not do headstones?
No, I haven't seen or heard that, no.
In Florida, at least, they don't do headstones anymore because it's too hard to lawn mow. So, in the interest, yeah. Okay. And to me, it's like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen more of those, but I haven't heard any laws or anything against
I don't know
headstones.
if it's cemetery. I don't think it's a law. I just think the cemeteries make that a practice.
Make that a practice. Yeah.
So, what does it mean when there's like a name here, but it's not like a fan?
Right. I am not entirely sure. I'm guessing these are markers here, but these probably were family plots at one time.
Okay.
And then, they either sold them or gave them away.
Or is there a burial under here?
There might very well be.
Because it's along a line,
right?
And that's back a row, so maybe this was the headstone.
Yeah. Yeah, quite possibly.
These are old little ones here.
Oh, yeah.
You can't even read them anymore.
No, you'd have to take some paper and...
Yeah, you do that, rubbings.
Right, the rubbings, yeah, the etching, yeah.
Wow. Can you even see any kind of date on there?
Not this one. Let me see this one.
These are easy, but I'm curious. And those little ones are usually children.
Yeah.
With the two next to each other, it makes me wonder.
I can't make it out.
Wow, I see. It makes me so curious.
Oh, yeah.
I see like Audie or Audrey. Now that's a shame. I wish they would put a little plaque.
Oh, yeah. I can see W.T. Audie Perk.
Or Perk.
Perk, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I might go to find a grave actually and try to see.
I think that says 1879, and that's something 7.
Wow.
If I stand back and look at it at the right angle.
So it's on row. I might go to find it. So it's on row L.
Oh, L.
I know you're going to think I'm weird, but
No.
Well, not just with. Will you help me out?
1887. Oh, yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Wayne always thinks this is when I go to the older ones that are up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So we go by. I read every single one. He's like, "Why do you do that?" I go, "Because these names haven't been spoken in a long time." And then I try to find their stories.
Oh, yeah.
There's some where you see a whole family and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
And I try to look it up, and because to me it keeps people's memories alive. Now, a cemetery like this, it gets a lot of visitors, but those ones in the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
There's some. There's a lot of potters there, so there's ones with just initials. Mm-hmm. They don't know anything else about the people. And that just was like crazy to me.
I believe it. When I went to visit my cousin Sue, because her husband Dustin is also a native Coloradan, that's why she's out there. She's the...
Wow, look at that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
so
okay.
1798.
Mm-hmm.
So almost 100 years old.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't read that one.
It says Nicholas Tyre, born something 1797, died February
1888?
1888.
Wow.
Yeah, so also...
They had good genes.
Yeah, Margaret.
So Margaret...
Wife of Nicholas Tyre.
See, she outlived him.
She did?
She probably had a really good last 6 years there.
Yeah.
She's like, got rid of them. I've got a terrible sense of humor, as you already know.
No, it's fine. But no, I was saying, when I went to, when I drove across the country, leaving California to come here to Delaware for graduate school, basically to come back home, as I grew up next to Delaware, you know, I wasn't in the boundary itself. We stopped at some of the mountain towns, and we found a memorial for the servicemen.
She really outlived them.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It happens.
With me multitasking, I can like listen to multiple conversations too, so don't let me.
Oh no.
What now is the deal with this little one
It's
right?
a child.
So in front of a.
Yeah, the family.
I've never seen that before. With it just in front like that.
Yeah.
So does that mean? No, so no, the dates are different because I was wondering if it was like maybe a mother that died in childbirth.
No, I don't think so.
No, because it's a family.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely. Yeah.
Because I've never seen it like that.
Yeah. Usually the little ones. It's especially if they're older. It's usually children. And it's. There is a. I could show you. Well, I don't know if it's there anymore. I could show you where a pet cemetery.
Oh, I love
is.
pet cemeteries.
Came across it as a kid in the woods around our hometown. Like, oh my goodness.
We saw one in Hawaii. There was a wonderful because you know it's there's a lot of Buddhists in Hawaii,
Sure.
and but they had a cemetery that was divided. I mean, they had a Christian section, a Buddhist section, but they also had a pet cemetery. And the funny thing is, there were no visitors in any of the other spots, but in the pet cemetery there were people mowing the little. You know, it was like. If we had one in Colorado, I've got the ashes of some pets. I would buy a spot.
You know, you see these older gravestones, and you know it reminds you of like the foam ones they sell around Halloween.
Yeah.
Because this is what they look like, you know.
Yeah, and thin.
Right, thin, they're very thin, yeah, which they easily topple over. I think they probably put it, you know, attach them to the base there just so they wouldn't topple anymore. So, come to think of it, I've got to get grave markers for my own parents.
My dad, I got one actually from he was a veteran, so
Nice.
they provide that.
Yeah.
But the ones that you can't read, I wish somebody would put an information sign.
Yeah.
Because it's like, they're forgotten. You don't know who it is.
Yeah. Are you familiar with how the Japanese bury
No.
folks?
Mm-mm.
Well, it's a national law. Everybody has to be cremated.
Oh, it is?
Well, because there's
Limited space?
limited space, and traditionally, what they'll do is they'll have one giant family gravesite, and they don't etch the names on the stone. They'll etch the family name, but then the individual names they'll put on wooden sticks, like these long wooden, thin wooden boards, and just over time they disintegrate, and so it kind of, you have to mark it down somewhere because over time that person's board will just disintegrate, and as they add boards, it's just a cycle.
This is interesting. No
Yeah.
names for the mother and father.
Yeah. They're probably up there with
okay.
McVeigh is my guess. Yeah.
This
so
is totally
Rebecca A.
different than anywhere I've been before. Like, it's just different traditions.
Yeah. Yeah, Rebecca A., daughter of Ben and Louise.
And then there's Emma.
Louisa L. McVeigh, yeah. Yeah, and then Emma, yep. Poor Emma's on the back. And there's Emma. Information right there.
That is, I've never seen anything like that. And this, I wanted to look at this very ornate, like the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
But nothing's left that I can read.
Yeah. Nope.
But that is, what a nice little carving.
Yeah.
And you wonder how these got crooked. Did the ground settle? Do you have is there a lot of settlement in the...
Yeah, the Delaware's famous for something called red clay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Colorado has the expansive soils that do that.
Okay. Yeah, just over time. And then we very rarely have earthquakes, but every so often.
Wow, this is beautiful. My phone will run out of battery before we're done looking. Because I didn't charge it enough.
Well, I'm so glad. What did you see in Delaware? Oh, some really cool cemeteries.
Oh, but a lot of people really. I like the sense of time. You know, some people find it morbid. I don't find it morbid at all.
Well, just part of the consequences of sin nature and just part of life, right? It's good to be reminded. Hey, someday you and I will be here.
Well,
Not
it
here,
just
here.
right. There's something over here that. Well, I don't know. I think it's nice to be remembered.
Yeah, for sure.
Those 4 right there kind of caught my eye that are all in a row.
Oh yeah.
Too bad at convention I didn't get to go to any of the Louisiana ones because that's like famous. But
Oh right.
now what's
Yeah,
this?
but how many people get to visit the ones in Wilmington, Delaware? So.
So I wonder what's going on here.
Well, let's see. Beloved and hard to read. Let me put the light on it.
See, Thompson.
Yeah, beloved and
Are these children?
they might be are just families.
Yeah.
Not everybody can afford.
But with the 3 in a row, I'm wondering if
Yeah, probably. Either a family or children. Yeah. There's nothing on the back.
But what I'm saying is, it seems like they all died together because it's all in one thing.
It's a possibility. Though it's very common here. People will get a stone, have
And
a
then
name
later-
and then later add one. So
Okay.
That's very common around here.
So, again, I've never seen. What my question is with these long ones like this, are these See, the tradition used to be, I know way more about graves than a normal person should. There used to be headstones and footstones.
Right.
You don't see footstones anymore. So I keep trying to see if there's a matching, but it doesn't look like these are footstones.
Yeah. You'd have to contact. I mean, I bet you the church, the leaders of the church could probably tell you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the carving on this is
Yeah, it's unique, isn't it?
at rest.
At rest.
But it looks like not professional.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that in the mountain ones where it's just chiseled.
Wow.
It's not done by,
Professionals.
it's a rock that somebody grabbed from off the mountain and
used. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
for a lot of the miners and, the pioneers. That's the word I think we were looking for before.
Pioneers.
Not, what did we say before?
Prospectors.
Yeah, or pilgrims, I think,
Pilgrims.
yeah.
They all start with P. Yeah. Yeah, the pioneers. I guess you've seen some Boot Hill cemeteries.
What's
out
that
west.
mean?
Oh, places where outlaws and
Yes.
people of ill.
There's a
repute.
big prison cemetery out in the mountains. And a lot of them, there's no, names. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Very eerie. Trotter, I have some good friends with. I wonder if it's a relation. I'm going to ask. I'm just going to do this to see. It's a common name, so probably not, but.
Here's Hamilton. And it's between the H's. But then there's an S there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's strange. The S, I'm wondering if it's like the ones I saw in Colorado where they they didn't know anything about the person. No, but there's another one there. But it looks like it's row H, so I'm not understanding the navigation system.
Yeah. There's another one that's kind of curved. It says resting. Right to the right of wood.
Where?
So right there.
Oh, yeah. But no name.
Yeah. Well, we should probably head
Okay.
back.
Well, I'm about to run out of charge anyway, so.
That one over there is kind of neat, the turtle shell.
Oh,
One.
see, don't be making me
Yeah, I got
TJ and AJ.
TJ and AJ.
There's writing on this side. Okay, now here's one with a headstone and a footstone. See? Wow. Oh, Barry and Barry. So that's what I'm used to with the old ones.
Yeah.
1812 to 19. There's long-lived people.
Yeah. wild. I had a friend in church whenever we would go out to eat. He'd always put the name Wild. Wild Party. Wild Party.
Now, is that 1900 or 19? Yeah, it has to be. Can't be 1960.
1900, yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah, 1835. Yeah, probably 1900.
what's
Reason dictates.
is this one in copper that got this nice green color?
Oh, Forest
Looks
Hall.
newer, 1961, Spanish-American War.
Yeah. Wow.
I've never seen one like that either.
Yeah, and Delaware Private Company H 3rd Regiment Infantry.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fought with Roosevelt.
The one guy I watch on YouTube who does a lot of the restorations, there's a lot of Civil War graves he finds. All right, we're heading back slowly, but
No worries. No, I know you're enjoying this. I've got one more to show you, but if
Okay.
we don't make it, it's not the end of the world. It's actually, the next one is more of a vantage point, so you can kind of see.
look at these little interesting. Totally, I like seeing the different. I thought between YouTube and the ones I visited, saw all the different styles, but
That's cool. We've got unique gravestones. I'm glad to know.
there's a YouTube channel I watch called I think it's like Ask a Mortician.
Oh yeah.
And it's this lady, she's very dynamic, who is pushing for reform and burial practice to try to go back more towards home. Because she says it's like so impersonal now.
Oh yeah.
And like she talks a lot about the Victorian practices. And she's very against embalming. And there's a practice going on now where there are, forgot what she called it, but there are designated spaces that can never be used for anything else if you want a quote unquote natural burial, which is it's green. So a decomposable casket. And there's a lot of trees.
Right.
And you end up being part of the tree basically, because everything goes into the ground.
Right.
And there's tombstones and stuff, but she says it's more eco-friendly.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. My my Irish grandmother and my own mother got into a conversation one time about her burial, and she said, "Well, when I die, don't have an open casket. They didn't have time to come and see me when I'm alive. I definitely don't want to see them to see me when I'm dead."
Oh, here's a child, two
Yeah.
child. Oh, that poor family.
Yeah.
So just over a month for one child
Yeah.
and a couple months for the other.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
Far apart too, like 3 years apart.
That's terrible.
It is. But that was a lot more common. I mean, nowadays, medical technology the way it is, we've really, at least here in the first world, we've really reduced infant mortality rates.
Yeah.
That's all.
Look at the flat roofs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Delaware seems to have a bubble on it when it comes to snow, but not all of them are flat roofed.
Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I've never seen like the slope on that one.
Yeah.
Because I work in property insurance,
Oh, okay.
I know more about construction than a non-construction person should know. I've never seen, like that one is very unusual.
Yeah.
Because it's even like a concave in the flat. That makes sense though, because you get a lot of water pooling on the completely flat roofs. We had a lot of those problems in Florida.
Oh yeah.
And so what nuclear plant did you say that was?
I don't know. Let me
Okay.
find out.
Well, I was just curious. I don't think I've ever seen one with one stack. I think
Perfectly behind it with the down.
I think I assumed for no good reason that there had to be at least two. But I'm realizing now that that's just an assumption that I made because I've always seen at least 2. But you could sell the excess power to neighboring states.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see if I can find. That's going to be.
Man, I love these row houses.
Aren't they great?
And this is like urban, but not not urban. Yeah, I guess I am saying urban, but not terribly dense.
Right. Yeah. Philadelphia is a lot more dense than we are, in the nicest way possible.
Good. Ooh, looks like there's creepy little basements in those places.
Oh yeah.
The old ones.
It's gonna bug me.
I can ask Siri when we're done recording
Okay.
if she will say something that's not profane because I messed with her so much. Now, is that an apartment building or condos?
Probably apartments. Yeah. Again, with gentrification and things, so.
They tend to make everything into condos. Like there's a lot of times there's so few apartments left.
Yeah. Well, if you look, that's I-95, which we rode on yesterday.
And that goes all the way to Florida.
Yep, it sure does. Yep. And then if you see that water tower there,
Yep.
and then just to the left, you see some of the hotels.
Yes.
Those hotels, and some of those are condominiums, brand new built condominiums on the riverfront, because that's the Christina River. So the Christina River flows into the Delaware, and just over there is the Brandywine River that flows into the Delaware.
What's the thing with the bronze roof on it?
The bronze. Oh, that's a Greek Orthodox church.
Oh, okay, awesome. I thought so.
Yep. So, I don't know. You can't. The view's not quite as good from over here, but we'll have to look at this and get going. But it's actually pulling around 12:30. Get there. It's about 12:14 now, so we should get going here. So this is St. Francis Hospital.
What's this stack right here?
Oh, it's a smokestack.
Is it still operational?
No, I don't think so. But we've got a few of them. There's one down by the river. There's one here. A few throughout the city. So.
I love that Gothic church over there. Is that a church? It looks like
that
it.
That is a church.
Okay.
That's the church right across from our house.
Your place, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's St. Thomas.
And that's built of the same kind of rocks, I think, that I was asking you.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Which I don't know.
It looks very England.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, again, it is New England.
Well, actually, we're not part of New England.
Oh, really? You're not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I learned something.
Yeah.
You should have been correcting me.
Yeah. So now, Delaware was a British colony. First.
I thought, wow. So
No.
what's considered the states of New England?
Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire.
Vermont?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I see. I would have put you guys in it and not Vermont.
Oh, how funny. No, Vermont's
What about
definitely
Maine? No, not Maine.
Maine is. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 6. But Maine used to be part of Massachusetts, and it broke away because of them trying to keep the balance before the Civil War.
I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah, Missouri and Maine became states around the same time, and Missouri was a slave state, and Maine was a free state.
Interesting.
So.
Yeah, the view's not quite as good, but got that church in there.
I mean, Delaware's kind of. I mean, we're part of what's called the Mid-Atlantic, which includes New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware.
New York's not New England?
Mm-mm.
Mind blown.
Nope. Yep.
Well.
I'm not sure. I think those mountains over there are.
Okay, those
hills.
aren't mountains.
They're around here. So.
That's like a Florida landfill. That's but
I think that's Maryland. So.
Okay.
If I've got my.
I've never been to Maryland.
No. Oh no.
No, most of the states I haven't been to are up this way.
Okay.
I haven't been to New York.
Well, gee, I wish I would have known. We could have easily made that possible.
Yeah, I've never been to New York. I've been to Massachusetts.
Okay. I said, oh well, I haven't looked at it, but I'm sure you do good work. And she blushed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
And the artist just started laughing and laughing. It was great. I didn't mean to,
Yeah.
I was being genuine. I said, okay, well.
Well, I'm sure it was a beautiful photo.
All right, wonderful. But yeah, this is original cobblestone.
So, but, like, I would imagine it'd be smoother.
Oh no, oh golly, no. No.
Because, I mean, you're able to make walls made out of stone pretty smooth.
Smooth, yeah.
So you would think,
Yeah, but remember the gravestones?
yeah. Oh, it was probably smoother in the beginning.
Right. Yeah, exactly. A
The
lot of
soils have, okay.
mortar. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's still here, that they didn't get rid of, that there's still some of this here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of neat history here on the East Coast, so
So all the roads were like this at one time.
at one time. Yeah, there's still roads like this in Philadelphia and some of the other cities around here.
But you're not allowed to drive on them anymore.
Certain ones you are.
Oh, okay.
This one I don't think you are, but you might be able to.
Well, I would think that would be.
Oh no, you can see.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We
Okay.
I took Karen Ann up to Mount Salem Cemetery, so
2 years.
yeah.
Yeah, we saw some, real tragic children's ones there.
This is the church that Steve used to go to.
Okay, so there's a lot of above ground like they do in New Orleans.
Yep. Yeah. This cemetery is much, much older than the one I took you to earlier.
Well,
Oh yeah, 1795.
the Delaware River, of course, is tidal.
Yeah.
So
And
when
it's
the tide
right over
Oh,
comes
there.
up,
so is that why they do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
if you go down to the Christina River, which is the riverfront in Wilmington, during high tide, there are times when the water comes right up to the sidewalks.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now here, like we'd wonder that's a footstone. So that's again what I'm used to. That's not a separate thing.
No.
And that confuses. I could see right there is another one with that style with the footstone.
Yep.
I'm wondering if some of those little ones where we were curious about, at the other one, maybe something happened to the headstone and they were just some old footstones.
They might very well be.
Yeah, because all of these here have footstones. That's really interesting. Now, is this an actual grave here or like just a memorial?
Here
No?
Leia
Life,
Yeah.
It's a grave.
interred the body of Ms. Mary Reynolds, who departed this life on the 9th day of December 1777.
Wow, that is old. And we
Almost
can't
54.
read what it says.
This
Here.
is what the good cemeterian does. He goes through and he restores things
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I can't read that at all.
No, it's gone.
Not even any word.
At least this part's still here. That's nice.
It looks like somebody restored that.
Yeah. This woman passed away in 1777.
Yeah, that is like, that's right after the birth of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
So before the Whiskey Rebellion.
Yeah.
Memory of Erasmus Jackson, a native of Ireland, who departed this
Oh,
life
sorry.
March 18th, 1800, aged 33 years.
Mary Evans, born November 19th, 1724, died January 4th, 1760.
I like all the detail given with this.
Oh, yeah.
So they're together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is very old. This is the oldest cemetery I've been to.
Well, the church was established in the 1600s, so probably closer you get to the church, the farther back they go.
And it seems now, some of these it seems actually are earlier. This one somebody repaired.
Well, this is one of the oldest churches in the state, isn't it, Nadine? Emmanuel?
Look at all the detail on
I
this.
gotta work out my Roman numerals.
Oh, I can never do that.
Oh, here, I can.
1,500.
That's 500.
That's
That's
200.
17. Let's see. That's
10.
Yeah, it's 10, but that's so that's 97. So 1797. She died on the 30th of September, 1797.
Of what year?
1797.
So that was, oh wow.
Yeah. So she died 2 years before Washington did.
They put a lot more, they were more wordy on theirs than modern.
Yeah.
And very formal.
1,500, 600, 700.
These are amazing.
Oh, speaking of clay, yeah, Thomas Clay. Good part of this
1793,
Three.
1794.
1725.
Wow.
Yeah.
Underneath this marble lays the body of Elizabeth, wife of Richard Grafton of the city, and daughter of something, White of Waterford in the Kingdom of Ireland. She died September 5th, Anno Domini 1725, aged 60 years?
And look at the way they spelled died.
Yeah, died, yeah, D-Y-E-D, yeah.
Is that the way it was spelled, or was that a misspelling?
No, that's,
Yeah.
And little known fact, all these Y's, that was their shorthand for the TH sound.
Right. It's not ye.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Yeah.
The-
And when people say ye, it's not. No.
our U is a direct derivative of thou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is in Latin. Semper onus nominic tum bondus. So always honor the name. I'm not sure about the rest. Always not honor the name.
Why is LYS?
Question.
It says lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Underneath this marble lies
And
the
then the-
body of.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't know that. I learned that, so all those ye old whatever is wrong. It's
Right.
not ye.
Yeah.
So that was definitely the oldest one so far. Oh, they got some that are, is this like a mausoleum type, or? That's not in English.
No, that's yeah, that's also Latin.
1726.
Yeah, my Latin is very rusty, having not really used it in 40 years.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
Mine's a little
incredible.
bit more up to date, but still not quite. Yeah, remembering the life of Johanne Conyungus, Ernesto Genere,
Wow, look at here, 1885 to 1963. That's
Declaration of Faith. Sacred to the memory of Anne Catherine Yates, the wife of John Yates, whose mortal Mars Church constantly resurrection of the just, born with every virtue and soul, and elevation of God. And his life, February 3rd, 1772, 48 years.
Oh.
Something assurance of a most glorious,
eternity.
definitely, and loved by all that knew her, to whom the of her temper rendered her particularly endearing, especially to husband and children whose
Love.
whole life is irreparable, or whole loss. Death has conquered her, she by his darts is slain, but Christ will conquer him, and she will rise again.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the S's look like an F without a crossbar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take a look at the Declaration of Independence at some point. That's
Yeah.
how they did it.
Yep.
It was actually specific when you use an S and when you use the F line
Yeah, 'cause
to
I
make
see
the
it.
S.
Yeah, like the especially has it, the rise has it. Now, why did they do, I know why in music they do it, but why would here there be an apostrophe for there at the Concord instead of ED, it's apostrophe D?
That's how they wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah, Concord.
Keep in mind, Webster hadn't put out his dictionary yet.
Oh, yeah, and there wasn't.
So pretty much people did things as they so wanted. They'd write the same word 3 different ways in a sentence.
Right. Well, the really bad ones would. The ones who are a little bit more cognizant of it.
I look, Rebecca, little child.
Yeah, not even in years. Age.
Yeah, 26 days. Age 24 days. It's all Rebecca's. 3 Rebeccas in a row.
I guess they really wanted a girl named Rebecca.
I don't know if it's the same family though. It looks like different last names.
Well,
That's just, I guess, a very common name.
yeah. Well,
It's a biblical
it's
name.
a very biblical name, yeah. One of my favorite bands from Japan is called Rebecca. That's a good name.
Five years old.
There's one that's got 2 kids. Each of them lived only a year.
Yeah, we found one that was 26 days.
I'm gonna come over here. There's more recent ones over there. They were burying up through like the 60s of the century.
Yep. Rogers, distant relative of David.
Here's some from the 1900s too. Here's the whole Van Dyke clan here.
I wonder if they're related to Dick.
There's 2 layers of them.
Yeah. Here's more Van Dykes.
Step on this person's grave.
A bunch of Van Dykes.
Born June 13th, AD 1768, and May 4th, AD 1881. Wait a minute. What's it? The memory of Nicholas Van Dyke. Esquire, yeah, that's it. I was trying to figure out the
Yeah, here's one Van Dyke children.
No, I think that's the Senate of the United States.
Delaware.
Died.
We've got a senator here.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised we don't see, because the time periods here, any Revolutionary War, the ones that are noted as being Revolutionary War veterans.
Yeah, I think there is somebody of note right here, but I don't know who. Thomas McLean or right, maybe Van Dyke.
Navy of the United States.
Another Van Dyke.
suppose if I had paper and I could do a rubbing, I could read this better.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
all
we
I
took
see is
four.
something brother Henry Van Dyke,
That's fine.
something in the Navy of the United States, room of figure of life, age of 25 years.
What is this? That is unusual.
It's a good question.
I'm-
John's.
But why is there a door?
Yeah, I guess he wanted one.
That makes me slightly uncomfortable. I thought
It's
for
possible that this was intended to be a family interment, so they had it available to open as needed.
but there's I wouldn't.
And you can see it has been bolded, so it's not like they were planning on opening it on
Yeah.
a daily basis.
And why is there a hole in it?
Well, if a hand comes up and gets me,
I was gonna say you're braver than I
It
am.
all depends on how superstitious they were.
They thought in case they were buried alive.
Yeah.
I know the Victorian thing with that.
Well, the practice of putting headstones down was because of a fear of the dead rising. Okay.
Oh, it was to keep
The
them
undead.
down.
Right. And there was a reason that they believed that was because people did get buried
Oh, yeah.
alive. Doctors made mistakes. They said, "Oh, he's dead," and then 3 days later,
this person passed away in 2007, so that's pretty recent and relative.
Yeah. Well, that's the newest one then I've seen. I hadn't seen any from the 2000s. And over there, there's 1960s, so that's quite a. So somebody had bought the plot. Well, they were born early, so they
Right.
had them. I wonder if people own
This is
here.
obviously a family plot.
Maybe.
We've got them from the 1800s right up until the 2000s, all Rogers. There's
Well,
one
and there's,
from
as I said, there's
57,
still
there's 176.
They're still obviously, unless they kept that not sold or however it worked with the church. I'm not sure if it was a benefit of membership or.
Well, their services would have been close today too, correct? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. When the bishop speaks.
I was surprised. The church on Route 52 and Green Hill Avenue, Emmanuel, they used to have service today. Some cars were parked in that. I was surprised our service, but thinking about it, I know the pastor said it had to be
Hope you don't mind me wandering.
But even if the bishop hadn't declared that we were not going to have services, our service likely would have been canceled because 8 o'clock service serves mostly over 60s. There's a few younger people, but I'm actually considered one of the younger people in my service because I'm still in my 50s.
You were saying, Kieran?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
Once I say something, it's done. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
It's out. I think Amanda is more modern these days.
Oh, here's a DuPont. United States Senator, Governor of Delaware from 28 to 36.
Really?
Yeah.
U.S. Senator 42 to 48.
And not that not that fan. You'd think there'd be a
Well,
lot
it's
of.
the 1900s, so.
But there's some really fancy ones here, but this isn't one of the fancier ones.
Oh, and somewhere along the way, married a
A Van Dyke. Seems like there was a lot of Van Dykes at some point.
Well, like I said, this one's a DuPont
Yeah.
right here. Oh, up until probably the 70s, Delaware was a fairly stagnant state with an assortment of family names, and they just go on and on.
What can anyone see? I can't bend right now.
Oh,
What
sure.
I'm wondering what that signifies.
I think it's a soldier.
It's some war, but I'm wondering which war.
Sure. In honor of service in the War of 1812.
Okay.
So yeah, National Service USD 1812.
What? That looks like a large bonsai.
Oh yeah, yeah, kind of is. One sign there. My nephew, my brother-in-law's son. His name is Tunimaku, which means world pine. Pine trees are prevalent and very popular in Japan.
Thomas Holcomb, Major, USMCR, son of, let's see how many names we recognize. Joseph DeZing and James Rogers Holcomb, his wife Margaret Hanvier, daughter of Anne Reed Rodney and Francis DeHalls Hanvier.
Wow, that is quite the pedigree, especially the Reed Rodney. Holy
Oh,
mackerel.
yep.
Born. There's a lot. Civil engineer, became eminent as a civil engineer.
So this lady here, Anne Reed Rodney, she was related somewhere along the lines to Caesar Rodney and probably George Reed.
Mm-hmm. And the Jambier, I'm never sure how to pronounce that, is one of those long-standing family names. I think they came over during the French Revolution along with the DuPonts.
Here's a 2001.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now it goes back to the 1800s again here. Wow, it even goes all the way around the back here. Whoa. Look where I'm going.
That's helpful.
1784. A lot of people from Ireland, because this mentions from Ireland as well.
Oh yeah. Well, it was still part of the kingdom, right?
I still find the one with the door slightly unnerving. I have to admit. I don't see a date on this one. There's a lot. Oh, here we. No, I see. Oh, yeah, 1864. Okay.
In the memory of my beloved husband, Captain John Evans, the 2nd Regiment Delaware Volunteers, having distinguished himself at the battles of Gaines Mills, Savage Station, Peach Orchard, White Oak, Malvern Hill, Antietam. Wow.
So this is Civil War?
This is Civil War.
First one I've seen here.
Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, Auburn Hill,
Bristol Station.
Yep, Mine Run, and Wilderness. He fell in the pride of
Early manhood.
May 10th, 1864, at the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, Virginia, in the 27th year of his age. He was a true and faithful follower of Christ. From early youth, he rests in peace. That's pretty neat.
This the tree grew up to.
Yeah. And died November 4th, 1853. 87th year for age.
Confused.
And it was probably something there, and it just
Yeah.
fell. And, yeah, that's a neat.
There's one over there of someone that didn't even live here. Apparently, she's from Bradford, Pennsylvania. but she died at sea.
Right here.
On the way back from Italy.
Right there.
So I'm guessing they had to bury her as soon as she hit land.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I know, it's probably more recent by now. No embarrassment. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Katie doesn't really that. No embarrassment. Take a shot, Katie, take a shot.
We already tried before, so.
Pretty quiet for a second. I mean, I know other people don't. Yeah. The scariest thing about this is, just the incubation. It's highly contagious. Get it pretty easily and not realize it. Pass it on to others. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. What is it? An ounce of prevention is equal to a pound of cure.
What?
AIDS.
Snowden.
Snowden, yeah. Yeah, we found Snowden. They buried him here.
I wonder if any relation.
Yeah, maybe. It's quite possible. I mean, it's not an incredibly common name, so.
I'm ready whenever you are,
Oh,
because I'd wander forever. 2017.
yeah. Oh, yeah, very, very recent. Wow. Wow, Sarah Elizabeth was only 5 years older than I was. Shame. 16 years old. So, yeah. Well, I'm good if you are.
Yeah, no, I'm good whenever you are. And plus, my back is not in good shape.
Scott Guskey just asked what he's running for in 2020.
Yeah.
Should we tell him what was decided?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
That he can have his way.
Only if the ballot consents.
Right, as amended.
Okay, I'm coming. I was just getting the last few. 1788. Wow, there's someone here who died on the same day they were born.
Wow.
And unless I'm reading this wrong, at 120 years old.
18. Yeah, that's 1931.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, not 1981.
I thought it was 1981.
Yeah. Wow.
I'd have been like, ooh.
Yeah.
But look, on the same day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Anne Hatton. So, let's see. Okay.
70.
Yeah.
That was rare back then.
Yeah. Well, we actually found some really long lived.
Yeah, because this 88 here, up there, yeah, a lot of them were 80s and 90s.
Yeah. There's a great a picture of the name of the church in the cemetery.
Okay.
If you want to get it.
Yep, I certainly do, because I won't remember.
Yeah, right here.
Keep it for my video diaries. And I've never seen like one with a lamp hanging up like that. Usually the name is.
Right. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to check out a service here sometime.
Oh, I thought it was Catholic, so it's Episcopal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, because that's Church of England,
Right.
our equivalent, and
Right.
If you want to see a really old church, you need to go to the Old Swedes Church.
Yeah, I mentioned it, but
I'll splice this all together into something meaningful.
cool. Yeah, let us know when you do, please. That'll be pretty sweet.
In a little area like this, in like around where I live, that would be at least $1 million.
Serious. Wow. Now, I am not in real estate. That is a very, very, very rough guess.
What's the address? Because I want to look it up. Oh, I'll take it.
I was off. There's the address.
Okay, now that's still a good price.
Well, by Colorado standards.
And it's 1682, formerly William Penn Guest House. I wonder what it was being used for. Man, I'd love to see the inside of that. That is fantastic. So you could do a business and live upstairs.
Yep.
Or just live there.
Yeah.
That is really great. And it looks like the basement is partially above ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's nice. There's some of the neat alleyways here. Pretty close. You see the.
Can we walk around the back?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And next thing you know, I'm buying this building, right?
That would be awesome. At that point, I would just say, you know what? You can be secretary for the Newcastle County Libertarian Party.
This is wonderful.
No, seriously.
Is it? Look at this. It's more in the back.
Yep. Yeah. Coffee, tea. You know, I think I have had coffee here or tea here once.
So the business part is actually. This is wonderful. It does. And look, a garage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
I guess I went on business. I could have sworn I've had tea here.
This could be a nice B&B.
Oh yeah.
That'd be your little dining room there.
Look at the sign here.
Oh, that's great. But they're not real, so.
Yeah. You see the flag. This is somebody's private residence.
Yeah.
So this side we're up. Reserve parking for tenants only. Yeah, right.
Look, Wayne, a garage too. But look, they got curtains over it. That's weird. Garage and then a shed. They just built on and on and on.
And there's the Delaware River.
Okay, for that much property, that is not a bad price. Now, I don't know about for here.
Yeah, I don't know how far it extends.
I bet you it extends right to where the lip is.
Probably.
But I'm even talking even if it ended right there.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Holly
cute.
tree.
What?
That would be holly tree. You said that would be a cute.
Yeah.
And there's the river.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to take you.
What are property taxes like here?
Property taxes aren't too bad. I don't know about the city of Newcastle proper, but I know for our own property tax, we pay about, for our house, about
Oh, this is gorgeous.
$2,000 to $2,500 a year.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So,
Mine is more, but I have a much bigger house. Like we have 2,500 square feet
okay.
with the basement. Well, 2,000 with the basement. The basement's not finished. You got a beautiful little courtyard in there.
Yeah. So we.
So that's high. That's a high millage, but you don't have sales tax.
We don't have sales tax yet. So,
And you have income tax.
we do have, but it's minor, very minor. So it all depends on. I mean, if it's just the county, then you would just get the county property tax. If it's the county and this city of Newcastle, then it would be more like because we live in Wilmington. In addition to our property tax from the county, we also get dinged from the city about $60.
I'm wondering if they're renting things in there right now or if it's unoccupied.
I don't know. It looks like it might be unoccupied. They had
Yeah.
tables and stuff.
Well, it's because I've been looking at properties for a while. If there's already leases in there, it's easier for you to get a mortgage.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's pretty good. You know, I couldn't quote. You know,
Yeah,
unemployment
I'm
or
just
anything,
curious.
but yeah, I'd say overall it's pretty easy to find a job. So I mean, if you want it, you can find it, unless you're doing something very specific. Yeah, the Newcastle and Frenchtown Railroad.
But didn't keep any of the rails.
No.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I mean, there's some you can find, and they're a lot of fun to travel down. But Yeah, this is Battery Park, so. Sometimes they
Oh, look at that pink house.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes the replica, the Kmart Nickel comes. Kmart Nickel is the ship that the Swedes
What?
came on.
What's that?
Some landing at some time. You can see
Yeah.
the pier no longer exists, but
Huh.
yeah, it was a pier.
Used to be a walkway out to there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
But not Katrina, was it Sandy took that out?
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
Water covered the park during Sandy.
Well, yeah, I believe it.
It destroyed the walkway.
Well, I can imagine. I'm from Florida, so I know my hurricanes.
Yeah, it was odd because the river like went out. It was just like a trench at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then it just
Then it comes
all of a
back.
sudden came back in.
Yeah.
It's crazy because this has a very strong tide. That Delaware
Is
gets.
Beagle?
It's called an octoraro.
And
It's Beagle, Foxhound, Harrier mix.
wow.
But there's a whole line of them.
Like Octorara, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is he cold? Or
Something
just
spooked her. There must be.
because
target
I have a
practice going
beagle
on.
and she shakes all the time.
Now she's normally tail up and ready to roll, but she heard something go on, and ever since then she set her tail down. So something-
Makes me
something
homesick
bothered
for
her.
my beagle.
Well, she's a good dog. She's 9. And, full of
I can see a
energy.
little gray.
Yeah, she loves to chase the squirrels. But something, we were over there, and something went kaboom.
No.
That bothered her. She hates Harley Davidsons, thunder, lightning.
Beautiful
Fireworks.
dog.
Yeah, she just sort of fell into us.
Well, thank you for the information on the pier. I didn't realize it was knocked out by Sandy, so.
Yeah, this used to be a rail yard.
Right,
back
right.
in the day. This whole thing, it was factories and everything. You can see the old docks if you walk down there. This used to be like a seaport back in the day. The ferry boat used to come here. And then they moved it down to Chestnut Street, a couple blocks down.
Oh, okay.
You can still see the old docks.
Cool.
But this used to be the city that they wanted to avoid Philadelphia.
Right.
Across here. There's a national highway. So they went over. You can see over there, there's the riverfront, which is a club now, a restaurant club.
How far is it to Philadelphia from here?
About 25, 30 miles.
Yeah.
Do people commute for work?
Oh, yeah. I used to commute to Fort Washington,
Oh, wow.
on the other side of that.
In college, I had some buddies, brothers that were football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to just been there.
Yeah, this town was pretty old. Went back to the old Swedes, and the Indians burned it down a couple of times. And, the Dutch here, and then the English, and then the Americans. But if you go down the Strand, I don't know if you went down there, there's the whole thing about Osceola.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, indeed.
Where are you going, Rose?
Cool, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a nice little town.
Oh, I should point out that's New Jersey over there.
Ah,
So.
so yeah, there's a lot of. So do people who live in Delaware usually work in Delaware, or they work?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, it's, we go in and out, all the time. So. Actually, before you go, I showed you the bridge there. You can see the other side of
Okay.
it. You really should see that. Are you hungry at all, or?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Well, look at this.
Oh man.
Well, there's a Walgreens up the street.
Oh no, that's not going to help.
No.
No, it's just me vocalizing.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. No, the aspirin and this is about all I can do. But I have a feeling I'm going to be at the doctor when I get home for something stronger. It's necessary. Unless overnight it gets better. But I have a feeling that plane ride's not going to be fun for me.
Yeah, I guess if it's pinching a nerve, there's nothing much you can do.
There isn't, no. It comes and goes. But I knew something was up when this foot just started hurting. Ooh. Yeah, it's going out.
Well, we can
I'm not just
That's right.
okay. I know men are like problem solvers.
Yes.
I say that to Wayne all the time. I'm not telling you something to fix it.
Right.
You know, he does it all the time. I'll talk about my work, and then he'll be, do this. I go, I'm not. It's my job. Let me handle it.
Yeah.
Just telling you what's going on. You don't need to fix it.
Yeah.
And he's like, guilty. Guilty as charged. Men are fixers.
Yeah, there we are. We try to be anyway. But yeah, that's the other side of the Delaware Memorial Bridge. So, and that's what this gentleman was talking about, the ferry.
Yeah, crossing the Delaware. So there's no ferries anymore?
No, it's just up the street now.
Oh, okay.
On Chestnut Street, the gentleman.
And there's the bridge and...
Yeah. I can't remember. I think it doesn't cost anything to get into New Jersey, but you got to pay to leave New Jersey. So.
Bastards.
Yeah. Well, the new governor, Phil Murphy's been quite something. So, yeah, I think I want to say that was built in the 50s or 60s.
So they're just fixing this up here.
Yeah, that's that one. You know what? I'm going to go use that porta potty real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna sit on a bench then. Sure.